All right, good evening.
Sir, remember what I spoke to you about? Good evening, sir. Remember when I spoke to you last week?
About what?
Me, the message that I sent you,
I don't remember. You have to remind me.
that I'm not well.
Okay.
Still not well, worse, sir.
Not well as in meaning what? Mean that you can't attend class, you can't do the work, or what?
I can't attend work. I do attend the classes I've been coming, but I'm sick. I'm just like lying down and trying to listen, sir. It's that bad.
So have you gone to the doctor?
Yes, sir. I have been gone. I have even gone for us to do the test, but I don't get the result.
Oh, you think it's COVID?
I don't know, sir, because I've been having a cough. I go to the doctor, I get medication, and it's not helping, and I'm still coughing. I'm tired, and a lot of things going on with me, sir. So I'm out of work. So I went to do the test. So I'm waiting on the result.
So outside of the doctor medication, have you tried any natural thing like turmeric or anything like that?
Sir, I did that, and I almost vomited up my throat.
Probably that was a good thing.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but it was terrible, terrible, terrible. Right now, the taste is still in my mouth for 2 days now. Terrible, sir.
So you have underlying health condition?
No, sir.
I got COVID and
Huh?
I got COVID last year, March, and I kind of, when I realized what it was, I just went all natural. I became a naturalist to deal with it because I realized that this thing.
I did the turmeric. Did it with ginger, garlic, lemon, cayenne pepper, a whole lot of mixture, and I just vomiting. But everybody has different side effects, sir. So I don't have any underlying, but I'm not doing well. Can't go to work.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't go out because I'm on quarantine. So I have to wait until I'm feeling better. I can go back to the doctor because they let me sign a paper to say if I go out and I can be fine now.
Oh, okay. So
I can't do
probably having a
anything.
very severe version of it.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's it. And I call in to try to get the result and just not working out for me, sir. But it has been going on for 2 weeks now. So when you hear me in the afternoon, I'm there, but I'm not really there because sometimes I just feel nauseous. I just have to lie down, feel dizzy, all sorts of things. But that is because the sinus. So I have terrible sinus problems. So I just kind of when my sinus drain, I feel dizzy, imbalance. So I don't even know what to do because I'm like at home. I have to stay isolated and stuff like that. So I'm not doing well.
Well, if it's COVID, let's just hope for the best. I don't know that it will kill you.
Sir, I know people that right now in the hospital. Everybody have different. Right
Yeah, that's
now.
what I'm saying. I got it and I got over. It took me 3 weeks. I realized what it was, and I kind of. But the thing is, I don't know. As I said, it affects everybody in different ways. So there's no definitive way to say how it will affect one person versus another.
He's in the hospital now. He can't breathe properly and stuff. Like he has been there for a month now. So I know people who have recovered from it, not like whatever, but I don't know what is going on. As I say, I don't know if it's because the sinus and all of that. So
Could be.
I can go to the doctor right now until I'm off that release.
So you don't have a personal doctor that you can?
Yes, I do. I do. I have been calling there and not getting through. I don't know because it's near to me, but it's always full. And I call him his personal number, not getting through.
He's probably overwhelmed with work.
There's like so much going on, sir.
He's probably
So,
overwhelmed with work.
so sir, if you hear me, if I'm there and you don't hear me, just bear with me, please, because
Okay, I will.
I don't know what to tell you. I can't describe the feeling. Because when I try the natural thing, ah, I right now have a bottle and I can't even, I have to cover my nose. If I smell it, I feel like I want to vomit.
Well, we just have to hope for the best.
So,
As you say, you don't have any underlying health conditions, so hopefully, and you don't know where you got it, if you got it.
no, I don't know. I don't know. Because,
It could be at work.
probably because the 18th of March was my birthday. And I know that, I was at work. I didn't wear the mask much that day, to be honest with you, sir. So I don't know if it's during that time. Because I always have on my mask and stuff like that. But probably that day I was so excited, everything, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, the challenge will always be for you to trace it. I could trace mine. I went to Quebec and went on a bus, was coming back, and we were on the bus for over 6 hours. And I knew it was that white woman in front of me who was coughing. But at the time, there wasn't any discussion about COVID in Canada. We were really watching it on TV, laughing at the Chinese.
Okay.
Only to become a victim of it. Well, let's hope for the best. Well, it is something that is a very serious illness, and I take it as serious as I can. When I'm inside or around people I know, I don't necessarily wear it, but when I go elsewhere, I wear it. I'm seeing an Xavier Littman, a Xander Littman. Who is Xander Littman? Is it that you're using someone else's instrument to log into my class?
I think he's new, sir. I think he's just coming on.
All
I
right.
don't know. All right, we talk, sir.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Did I send you your assignment? I'm trying to remember if I sent the assignment. Everybody's silent. I don't know why.
Sir, I didn't see it. I'm actually still at work, sir, so I'm just participate once I can.
Okay.
Just it's my first time in class, so I'm not aware of the assignment. This is Xander Lipman speaking.
How are you just joining the class, sir?
I just got a hold of everybody just got a hold of me last week. So I just signed in and registered with the school last week. So I wasn't aware that school had started because I was aware that mid-semester end of year exam pushed back for last year. So January when I went to school, this second semester hadn't started as yet.
Okay, well, you are going to work out all of the late things that you missed and all of that with the head of school. All right, I'm just telling you because we have a policy about joining I think we're in week 5? We are in week 5, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're in week 5. So I just will tell you that all the headache in terms of what you missed and what you didn't miss, all the students, they have my YouTube channel. You can go there and review the notes and all of that. All the recordings are there, but I'm not sure if usually they have a policy about joining the class in week 5, but I suppose they tell you to join the class. Anyhow.
What and for the assignments?
What about the assignments?
You have given any assignments other than the one that you just spoke about already?
No, I haven't given. I'm about to give the first one. I thought I emailed it. So when I email it, you'll see it in your email, sir. Okay, and they're doing it in groups. So you just join a group. You're going to work out all of those issues, and you do it with your peers.
And we could get it soon. We could get that class email sent in the chat, WhatsApp right now, please.
So hold on, you're not going to instruct me about how I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do it according to how I do it, okay? So you're going to check your email and not send it in any WhatsApp. All right, WhatsApp is not an official part of the school communication platform. I'm going to send it in your email, and when you see it in your email, you know what to do, okay, sir? So that I can protect myself as an instructor to say that you got the assignment, okay? So just listen.
Okay. Then.
Please listen. Thank you very much, sir. All right, so today, we are moving away from, I know that you guys had, fears about Google Analytics and what it was. So today, I hope this is an easier topic. And I must say to you that a colleague of mine in Canada is supposed to come in at 6 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock in Canada, because Canada is 1 hour ahead now. Let me just remind her. We're going to actually start advertising today, digital advertising, and then on Wednesday too, Dr. Ho will be coming in to walk you through some of the things. I might walk through some of it, but Dr. Ho will assist again. I'm just going to remind her again because there's a time difference. She is talking to me. Remember us at 6, at 7. Remember us at 7. I have to just remind her. She told me to remind her. So today we're going to start advertising, and we're talking about advertising or digital advertising. That's really what we're going to do. Anybody has ever heard the term creative brief? Let me put it in the chat. Creative brief. Have you ever heard this word? B-R-I-E-F, yes. Anybody has ever heard the term creative brief?
No, sir, never heard it.
Want to hazard a guess? Anybody wants to hazard a guess what is creative brief? Let's see if we can divide the two words and try to find a way to define it. Creative brief. Want to hazard a guess about what is a creative brief? Nobody wants to hazard a guess? That's odd. Miss Francis, are you okay? I realize you're very silent. You're not usually silent. Renee Stewart, hi, how are you doing?
Sir, you have a slide up presently or just a picture?
No, I don't have, I'm not projecting anything yet. I just waiting for me to know if persons are in the room, because sometimes they log in, but they're not physically there. Miss Francis, are you there? Renee, are you there? So I know Littman is here, and I know Adrian is here. I know Stuart Miller is here, but I don't know if Francis and Stuart are here.
Yes, sir.
You're here, okay. So Stuart is here. Francis, are you there? She's usually here, you know, so I'm not sure. Adrian, so any group Adrian is working in?
Sorry, I'm here, sir, but I'm at work. Sorry about my background. You're going to hear a lot of noise. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problems. All right, so any group that Adrian is in, Littman, you're not in that group, okay? So there are only 2 groups in the class for the assignment, or for the assignments. Most of the assignments will be group-based. At least all of them will be group. The only one that is individual, is that Rain? My Jesus, I have some stuff on the line. Oh Lord. Anyways, the only thing that you're going to do on your own is the mid-semester exam. And I did tell them that already. Also, too, if you look at the document, there's a class email. If you look at what's the class email again, guys? Because if he's in the class, he should be getting the information. I think it's marketing something or another.
Yeah, that's the email I'm speaking of.
Yes, so if you look at that email, I have some of the information is there, especially for today's class.
Can someone send that email in the chat, please, so I can write it down, please?
Oh, you're not, so I thought you were part of this year group. You're not a part of this year group? Or this group of students? What's the email address again, guys?
Not to my knowledge. I'm not aware of who really everyone is, really.
All right, so remind me of the class email, please. What's the class email?
Send it in the chat, please, so everyone can see it.
All right, so nobody seems to know the concept of creative brief. So let us look at what is a creative brief. Because as I said to you before, we are starting advertising.
We're gonna look at.
All right, did you hear that? And are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Please ensure that you write what is a creative brief. You write the important things, okay?
In this series of videos, we're going to look at the creative brief. As the name implies, a creative brief is a short document defining a creative project. This could be anything from an ad campaign to a website or a promotional video. Creative briefs are the initial kickoff for the marketing campaigns. They're generally the first official document to be produced and circulated following the original brainstorming session or back of the envelope scribblings. So why do we need a creative brief? At its most fundamental level.
All right, so first of all, what is a creative brief? Based on what was said, what's your understanding of the term or concept creative brief?
Sir, is that documents are outlining the strategies for maybe like a campaign?
Okay, all right, yes. Anybody else? Let's start it again because you must understand the concept, people, because part of the second assignment is that you have to include a creative brief. Have you ever done any course in advertising since you're doing majoring in marketing? Any course in advertising or copyright, as it is called?
No, sir.
Lord Jesus, this program needs to be revamped. Hallelujah. Can't be doing a marketing degree, you don't do advertising. At least you should be doing an advertising course in each semester.
Is an outline of like a strategic document, a strategy of to create a creative project?
So
like
it is
an
a
outline, basically.
yes. So it's somewhat of an outline. So it's, as it says, brief. It is very brief, and it captures a creative project, and in this case, a marketing project or a marketing campaign. All right. So it's very important to understand the. In other words, if you are a digital marketer or even a marketer, and you are asked to conduct an advertising campaign, the thing that you have to present to the company is what is called a creative brief, so that they get a sense of the direction, what you're thinking about, the strategy and all of that, okay? So you're going to do the same thing for the second assignment. You're going to actually create a digital advertising campaign for a particular brand, all right? And you have to make certain justifications. All right, so let's continue listening.
Well, a creative brief sets out what is to be accomplished. It defines the scope of the project. It gives everyone involved an idea of how long it might take, the resources involved, and most importantly, the project goals and how it will be measured. It contains several elements that we'll get into later. For now, let's just say before you start a project, you need a statement of intent. To use an analogy, suppose you're an architect. One day you're approached by 3 pigs who have security issues with the local wolf. The pigs are looking to you for a solution. Your initial meeting could result in a creative brief describing the root problem, the proposed solution, the parties involved, the budget, and a timeline. Although the brief might specify that a house be built that must resist huffing and or puffing up to 80 miles per hour, it likely won't go into the details of construction. In other words, it sets out the project parameters and objectives without detailing the actual methods. The other function of the creative brief is to serve as a kind of contract, an agreement among all the stakeholders. It says, this is what we're doing. A good brief brings all participants into alignment as early in the project as possible. Yes, methods and approaches may differ, but at least everyone will be pulling in the same direction, working towards a common goal. In this case, protect the pigs. Finally, a creative brief can serve as a selling or pitching document when you're still assembling your team and maybe having to persuade others to come on board. Speaking of which, who exactly should be involved with writing the brief? Good question, but I'm going to put it aside for now because that's a subject we'll cover in depth a little later in this series. One last observation on the creative brief before we dive into it. A creative brief does not contain details or even an outline of how these objectives will be reached. In other words, despite the name, creative brief is not particularly creative. It's really a business document. All right, let's take a look at what actually goes into a real brief in a little more detail.
All right, so talk to me about some of the elements of the creative brief and some of the function or purpose or purposes of a creative brief.
Well, one function or purpose I've seen thus far from the example is that it gets both parties on same accord, one accord according, and that's what's the goal, you know, main aim, priority.
So it helps everybody to understand the goal. So the goal, we all have to understand the goal or the mission because we are supposed to be executing the same project, right? Anything else about the creative brief?
Sir, as he said, sir, it provides an outline or the framework of
Mm-hmm.
how the process is to be done, what the intention will be,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole contract thing, sir.
Yes. So one of the core things I wanted to write down, and you must make note of it, is that the creative brief has a business problem. So the creative brief has a business problem. A good example could be, a perfect example could be that Burger King realizes that they are losing market share to KFC in Jamaica, and they want to run a 6 months promotional campaign or an advertising campaign that will increase not just awareness, but also increase sales. Understand that? That's a business problem. My problem is that I am losing market share in the fast food industry in Jamaica, and I want to increase sales, and I want to see if I can convert some of the persons who are going to KFC to come back to Burger King or to stay with Burger King or to become customers of Burger King. So I want for you to think about the creative brief in that way. It has a business problem. So the creative brief has a table of content, in other words, or it has elements or components that make it up. All right. Let's look at, and as I said to people, please ensure that you're making notes. All right, there's no textbook per se for these things. Let's look at the elements now of the creative brief. Are you seeing this and hearing?
Choice in New York City.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me just restart. Let me for my screen and let me go like, is my volume right?
Let me show you how to write a creative brief using a great case study that helps Seamless to become the #1 food delivery app of choice in New York City. Hi, I'm Julian Cole, a strategy consultant to leading brands and a teacher of strategy on the Planning Dirty Academy. A creative brief is a one-page distillation and translation of the business problem into a human problem. No matter what the brief template, they all have these sacred 6 inputs: the goal, the target audience, the problem, the insight, the single-minded proposition, and the action. Let me define these 6 inputs and show you what it might have looked like for the Seamless campaign, How New Yorkers Eat. The goal. This is written from the business perspective. What have they narrowed down their problem that advertising can fix? In the case of home delivery app Seamless, they identified that New York was a huge market for them. Not only is it a high concentration of people, but they are very heavy users of food delivery apps. If you can become the #1 app of choice in New York City, it gives you a big advantage for taking on the rest of America. So the goal may have been to become the food delivery app of choice for 20% of New Yorkers who use delivery apps. The target audience. The target audience looks at who can help you achieve this goal. Strategy is all about using limited resources. If you can't talk to everyone, which group will help you reach your goal? With a New York specific campaign, the audience was already narrow. However, within this group, you had 2 clear segments of local New Yorkers with 10+ years in the city and younger New York transplants, people who had just moved to the city for work. Transplants were more likely to be out more and cooking less. The problem. The problem is always written from the target audience perspective, not the business. So we need to get into the eyes of the consumer and understand why we aren't achieving our goal in their eyes. For New York transplants, the reason Seamless was not on their home screen is because they were bombarded with food delivery apps in 2018. Everyone was offering a sign-up discount and they really didn't see the difference between them. New York transplants thought all delivery apps were the same and had no sense of which one was the right one to choose. The insight. The insight is possibly the most important piece of the brief. It is your new way around the problem. It should be a truth that once stated gets the audience to look at the problem in a new way. for New York transplants, what they discovered was New Yorkers don't cook. They didn't come here to cook a roast. For transplants, their relationship with regular food delivery was changing really quick. In the suburbs, regular home delivery is a sign of failure. You're a slob, you're on the couch. In New York, it's a sign of success. Regular delivery indicated that you had a social schedule and you really just didn't have time to cook. The insight was even more powerful because transplants' worst fear was looking like a tourist in the city. They wanted to feel like a New Yorker, and what Seamless realized was that food delivery was key to this lifestyle. The single-minded proposition. The single-minded proposition is the crossover between the insight and the point of difference the brand has over the competition. Seamless's advantage was having the most restaurants on their app, making them the best for New York. They understood that variety was a reason why you moved to New York, and that variety included restaurants. While other delivery apps were talking about discounts and select restaurants, Seamless could talk about the bigger role that food delivery was playing in making transplants feel a part of the city. Action. This is what you want the consumer to think, feel, or do. So in this instance of Seamless, it would be to get transplants to think of Seamless as an essential in their New York survival. If you are looking for more information on writing creative briefs or looking for a free creative brief template, you can download this and more at the Planning Dirty Academy.
All right, talk to me now about the various elements in the creative brief.
For just 60.
You have the target audience.
Yes.
For that example, in that is the transplanters versus the New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing the problem in terms of people don't cook. So it's delivery service in terms of online. Choose Seamless online delivery service to pick whichever restaurant you want to consume from.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Sir, you have the goal, sir.
The goal, yes.
So what you intend to achieve?
Right.
The insight.
Mm-hmm.
So that alternative that you provide are the new way around the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the single-minded proposition, sir.
Proposition, not pre.
Sorry. So it's PROP.
Yes, it's proposition.
Okay, sir.
What's another way of give me another term for single-minded proposition? You're marketing students, you should know this. What's the other? What does USP mean?
USP.
Don't tell me you don't know that term.
Sir, I don't know it, sir. USP.
Never heard that term? Anybody? Have you ever heard the term USP or the acronym USP? Unique selling proposition?
No, sir, I can't recall if I hearing it.
It is what you offer the target market, which distinguishes you from your competitors. So what is so unique about your product or service that I would want to use it versus your competitors?
Sir, that is different from differentiation, sir?
What, no, it's not necessary. Differentiation is the broad umbrella, but unique selling proposition is specific to a product or a service.
Okay, sir.
It's specific to a product or service, very, very specific. So let us say that you sell shoes. Everybody has shoes. So what makes your brand of shoes different from another person's brand of shoes? And this is why you see for example, you see, let's just look at Red Bull. What is Red Bull's unique selling proposition or their single-minded proposition?
Wings.
Gives you wing energy.
Right. So Red Bull gives you wings. In other words, so they are no longer necessarily selling a beverage because everybody is selling a beverage. So what they're selling you now is an experience. Just like with some athletic shoes, like Jordan and all these other athletic shoes, what are they selling you? They're not selling you shoes, they're selling you a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
That's what they're selling you. It's so you guys have never been introduced to these terms before semester 2, your final year?
No, sir.
My
Honestly.
Lord. I'm going to talk to the head of school. The program needs to be revised. I've said it before. And I mean,
sometimes I look at it and, for example, when I compare the financial and the accounts, I don't know if we do enough marketing areas.
I know the program needs to be revised. Did I claim host? I didn't. So let me claim host. That is probably why I'm hearing so much echo in the background, because persons are not. All right, so hold on this one. So let me claim host 683.
It's because finance different from accounting, different from marketing. So all those are specialized areas in companies, department.
Just like marketing is specialized as well, sir.
Yes, so he was saying that finance and accounting, he noticed that the syllabus doesn't have much marketing classes.
No, so I wasn't saying that.
No, that's not what he was saying.
I was saying that there's something
in comparison to marketing, he's wondering if this program has enough marketing courses versus because if you look at I think he's saying that if you look at finance and accounting, there are a lot of finance and accounting courses.
Yes, it is very easy to identify them and say, yes, they are accounts and finance.
Right, versus the marketing program. And I know I've spoken to the current head of school, and he and I are working on revising the program. For example, this is why I said to you that that even the syllabus, even the course outline that they gave me to teach you, I'm not teaching everything on that course outline because some of it is irrelevant. All they're doing is just teaching you a marketing They want me to teach a marketing plan, doing it in a digital, using digital media, but that's not what digital marketing is about. Because when you go into a workplace, they don't want you to define theories and terms, they want you to do things. That's what they want. They want you to be able to, because what I'm teaching, is actually not on the outline. But for you to do the social media marketing plan, or for you to do the digital marketing plan, you need to understand advertising. You cannot be a marketer and you don't understand advertising. You cannot be a marketer and you don't know what is a creative brief. Because that's one of the things that you have to present to management. You have to do a marketing plan, and sometimes before you give them the plan, you give them a creative brief, you give them a sense of what is your purpose and things like that. So he and I are working on revising the program, because you need to do even more digital marketing courses, because that's where marketing is going now. The program is really very traditional. It's a very traditional program, but you need to kind of move beyond tradition. Anyways, enough of my questioning. Yeah, so they are different. So these are the different components in the creative brief. And let me show you a live example. I have a live example. I actually have several examples can show you of the creative brief. Where is my lecture? And I think I will email this to you, but I'm just going to show you some versions of it. Creative brief. I remember when I got my first assignment about the creative brief. Actually, and there are different types. So let me share my screen and I will share this with you guys. So tell me if you're seeing my screen.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I don't think this is the first one. All right, so sample creative brief 1, it gives you define the challenge, which is a problem, the key audience, our target audience, describe your current understanding of the brand or your group, identify the brand essence, define the strategy, ascertain the best methods of execution, media parameters. This is another example. In other words, they're telling you that you don't have to write it any one way, but there are certain components that are important. So client or brand, most of the time when you have a client or brand, it means that you're an advertising agency. So you have to know if you're doing digital as opposed to Flow, as opposed to JPS, as opposed to another company. And here's a term I told you about, unique selling proposition. All right, that which distinguishes your product from your competitors. Here again, they have different things. Brand personality, something that I will teach you again as well as brand tone and so forth. This is another example of a creative brief. This is another example of a creative brief. All right, and let me show you a written one. Do I show you the written one yet? No, I think we should do something together before I get to that one. Okay, the other thing I want to, before I get to showing an actual creative brief, I want for you to understand the term, or tell me what you understand by the term brand statement. Have you ever heard that term? What is a brand statement, or what do we mean by a brand statement? Anybody has ever heard that term, brand statement?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
I think it's information about your brand, how you're going to
It's like a concise summary of
um
how you do it and how you do things and what makes it unique.
Of how you, who's the you you're talking about? I don't know who's the you in your statement.
Your business, like
your business. You're talking my business. I don't own a business. So in other words, I'm telling you to talk from the third. You need to talk from the third person, sir.
saying, in other words, like a brand statement is like a summary of like Burger King, a summary of what Burger King business does, or how them do it, or what makes them unique, basically.
Okay, all right. Anybody else wants to hazard a guess? Brand statement. I believe somebody was also trying to explain it as well. Wow, I have 9 students. This has never happened. Mr. Lippman, you need to come to class every day. I don't know if it's your presence that caused everybody to be here. Yes, people, so you haven't heard the term brand statement? Miss Francis, you were saying something, or was it Katie and Barnes? Or Marisha Scott? Who was trying to explain brand statement? Or was it Adams?
All right, it elaborate on how different the product is, different from the competitions.
Okay.
And how different depending on quality or price or whichever.
Okay, so I want for you to listen very carefully so that you understand the concept of brand statement. As I said to you before, these are things you should come to the course knowing, but anyhow, I want for you to listen very carefully. What is your brand statement? And first of all, what is a brand? What do you understand by the term brand? What is a brand?
I think that is in swing.
I think that is in swing. That sounds like a fad. So it is here today, but gone tomorrow. So please write down these things, people. Ensure you write down what is a brand, all right? These are things that you should know as marketing students. All right, because if you go into an interview and they say, how are you going to market my brand? Or what do you understand by our brand? Or what is our brand? What do you think our brand persona is? You need to know what those things are, all right? Let's listen now to what is a brand statement, and then we're going to look at some examples.
Imagine this. It's Saturday morning and your neighbor stops by with their dog. The neighbor begins to talk about the new dog food they just bought. The neighbor says, I bought this new dog food and my dog just loves it. He was always a picky eater, but not anymore. XYZ company came up with flavors based on popular meals people eat, like leftover turkey dinner and day-old lasagna. Another thing I like about it is the food comes packaged in individual serving sizes based on the dog's weight. You should try it for your dog. This is what you call a brand statement. A brand statement is a short paragraph written in the words a customer would use if you overheard them describing your product to another person, and they got it exactly right. Every marketer needs to construct a brand statement for their product. It will help you create the messages you need to accomplish your goal. Remember, the goal of marketing is to create an audience that thinks of and describes your product exactly how you wish.
All right, based on that, how would you define the term brand statement?
Sir, I would say like it's an overview of your product, sir, or your service.
It's an overview. Stop saying your. You speak from the third person. You're doing academic writing. I will give you 0 now. When I'm marking, I'm very, you will find that I'm very meticulous with my pen. Stop saying your. Speak from the third person perspective. It's academic writing. So you're talking about a brand or company. Say that. Go again now, sir.
So it's like an overview, sir, of a brand or a product or service. So it describe that particular product and tell your customers about it basically, sir. Tell the customers about that brand, sir.
Okay, all right, yes. Anybody else?
It's a reaction to the product based on the consumer's perspective.
So it's a reaction to a product or service, let's say a good or a service, based on the reaction of the consumer.
Yeah.
So I like where you're going with that. I like where you're going at, because the brand statement really is the promise, or when a company is able to deliver the promise to a consumer. So one of the first things you need to understand is that a brand is whatever people say about a product or service when the proprietor is not in the room. So let us say that there's a new product on the market, and people taste the product, like supermarket, they put these products here, and people say, like this, it tastes very crunchy, or it is very crunchy. It's very soft. I like how it feels in my mouth. It doesn't make me uncomfortable when I'm chewing, or it doesn't cut my gum or things like that. That's really the whole notion of branding, and what a brand is how people feel, or it is a kind of feeling that is evoked in the consumer. Yes. You were saying, Lipman?
I was saying it's a perceived value.
It is a perceived value. You're so correct. You are so correct. It is a perceived value that is really cemented in the mind of the consumer. It's a perceived value. And I'm sure you people have heard about the term trademark. Have you ever heard that term, trademark?
Yes, we have.
Do you remember what it means? No, man, I have to go put these things on the mid-semester test. So no, I'm writing down all of these terms. They're coming on the mid-semester. Trademark. Let me just write them down, because I don't understand how my marketing students don't know these terms. What is a trademark? It's really legal protection of a brand. It's the legal protection of a brand to use. So think about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I think Coca-Cola values over $1 billion globally. But what is really valued, is the perception of Coca-Cola, which is the brand. So the trademark really is like the image and the color scheme and all of that, but it's really the brand that is valuable. The perception of what Coca-Cola delivers or is able to deliver in the mind of the consumer. These are things that you must understand, people. The other term I want you to know is, what do you think is, when I say brand tone, what do you understand by the concept of brand tone? What's the meaning of the word tone?
Like, as you say, if you want it to appear subtle or aggressive, or
Yes. Mm-hmm. So tone really is a feeling evoked so usually in poetry, when I'm teaching poetry or even prose, and I say to my students, and I'm defining tone for them, I always say to them, tone is a feeling evoked in the reader or the listener. So brand tone is, then how would we define brand tone then? It's really the feeling that a brand evokes in the consumer or the customer or the prospect.
Okay, brand tone, okay.
So it's really the kind of feeling that is evoked in the consumer. It could also be the perception that you want to be evoked in the reader, not the reader, in the consumer's mind. Am I going too fast? Are we understanding these concepts? Are they new? Are you understanding what I'm trying to define? Because what I'm trying to define all of these things before we get to actually looking at an ad and what is an advertisement and the different components and all of that, so that when you're creating your own campaign, we can take these things into consideration. So am I being clear? Is it a little bit difficult? Is it confusing? Talk to me, people, because everybody some people are a little bit silent more than others. Everything is okay so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know. Yes, okay. I notice the women are not talking. Usually the men are silent.
Sir, I noticed that you leave you send some note in the chat like the USP thing and the other word, creative
Mhm.
brief. Are
Yes.
you still listing the brand tone and trademark and brand statement in that email?
Yes, those are going to do. You see the doc. I'm going to resend the document for your purposes, Mr. Lippman, and ask them to allow you to access the email because it's in the document that I sent, which is it's called the weekly breakdown. So it tells you what I'm doing each week, and then you can click on the links and the readings and all of that. So it's actually
Sure.
there.
I just have problem with navigating all of them things as well, you know. So I have to wait till I come back in Kingston and then get
No man,
someone.
it's email, you know. So you can't access it in when you're away.
Once they send me the marketing class email as you had suggested, then I should be able to access it.
Okay. Could share who is the admin in the WhatsApp group? I want for him to be added to the WhatsApp group. Let's do all of the housekeeping from now as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. They can can I send my number in the chat thing so you can add me to the WhatsApp?
Yes, send your number in the chat and I'll try and add you. I'll try and add you. All right, is everything okay, Moisha, Natisha, Renee, Tamara? I know Tamara sometimes is at work, so she's not always able to talk. Almarine, yeah, everything is okay, guys? Just checking. I don't want to be leaving anybody behind. Okay, so Adams. I know when Adams is not talking, she's at work. So we understand with her because she's usually very vocal in class. I'm worried when Almarine is not. Almarine is always talking. So I'm a little bit concerned when she's not talking. Almarine, are you there? Not sure if she stepped away. All right, and as I said before, as we go along, you should get a sense of what these things mean. So let us remind ourselves now, we went back to the whole concept of creative brief. What we said about creative, because we're going to look at an example, and I want for us to be able to speak intelligently towards or about the matter of the creative brief. Remind me what we said about the creative brief again.
It's an outline strategy that has a business problem.
All right, so it is really, it's usually a 1 to 3 page document that captures various elements of an advertising campaign or a marketing campaign. It has a business problem. It usually has a goal. What else is in the creative brief?
The target audience.
The target audience, yes.
The problem, the insight.
The insight, single-minded proposition.
Or the unique selling proposition.
Yeah, USP.
Yes, USP. And sometimes a budget. Okay. So let's look at let's look at an example of Hush Puppy. I'm sure you guys know that brand. Where is it? 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 Which one am I bringing up first? All right. No. Are you seeing my ad?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we are seeing here foot feet that turn heads, Hush Puppies. We're seeing the shoes themselves, and we're also seeing the puppy himself. What could be based on the ad, just take a minute to absorb it. What could be the objective of this ad? What would you say could be the objective of the ad?
So they're selling a lifestyle.
Is that the objective? What would be the objective? So we hear they're selling, that sounds like the unique selling proposition, selling a lifestyle. So probably that's the USP, selling a lifestyle. Who are they targeting?
Men, seem like.
men. Anybody else? But don't you see women in the ad as well? So would it be only men? Because we're seeing a woman here, a woman here, a woman here. We're seeing this look like men feet. So it could be men and women.
Yes, sir.
So men and women.
Sir, based on how the ad is set up,
Mm-hmm.
it looks as if it's targeting men, and it's the objective is to show men that women are basically attracted to men who wear these shoes because of
All
how
right.
I see them
Lovely.
using the shoes.
But I agree with you, no, but it could be that it could be that they're also targeting women then, because if women like to see their men in these types of shoes, then women will also buy the shoes for their men.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So it could be that they're targeting both men and women still, even with that explanation. So men will buy the shoes, but women will buy the shoes for men because they like to admire men in these types of shoes. And usually men don't like spend money, you know. So if you really want to target somebody, target women. They will they will either get the money from the men to spend or get the men
Sir,
to
I
spend the money.
So I think this is the second time I'm hearing you that.
But it's
But
true.
I don't buy that, sir.
No, it depends. It depends on what. It depends on the thing. It depends. It's actually a very sexist thing to say. All right.
So, but
What
based on
else?
the pictures, sir, because
Yes.
one photograph showing you like that man in look in some grassy area,
Mm-hmm.
and
So why would they put him in the grassy area and then somebody else sitting like in an office, or what are they
should
suggesting about
has
it?
multi-purpose shoes, sir.
All right. So
Outdoor,
again,
work,
all right.
casual.
So multi-purpose shoes at let's write the word multi-purpose, but of course we would find more sophisticated advertising language to use.
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay. Let's just look at another one. Still Hush Puppy, but let's look at another ad. Let me close this one because sometimes when I open too many of them, this thing will start giving trouble. Where's the other one? Okay. Let's see what's happening in this one. Just going to share my screen. What about this one? Embrace easy style. Since 1958, we've been making life more casual, one pair at a time. Hush Puppies, we invented casual. Target, unique selling proposition. We're silent. I don't know why we're silent. The angel has passed. People can talk now. You've been given permission.
Sir, I didn't get what you said a while ago. I didn't hear.
No, we're doing the same thing for this one. We're trying to in other words, to kind of come up with a creative brief for it. Kind of, it's kind of reverse engineering.
Sir, this one seems to be targeting females.
Mm-hmm. What would be the unique selling? What is the age group of these women?
Well, she seems in her early 30s, late 20s.
So it would be women between ages 20 to 30?
Yes, sir, they are old.
20-year-old women have money to buy Hush Puppy? Well, I'm just asking. I'm being the devil's advocate. Do those women have money to buy Hush Puppy?
Maybe,
I'm just playing devil's advocate. What would be the USP? What's the unique selling proposition?
Comfort and casuality.
So it's comfortable. That sounds more like the tone.
Easy style is a proposition. The US.
All right. So let's look at the actual creative brief. And where did I put it? Let's look at the actual creative brief. And this is actually how yours will look. This is an example actually of how it should look. Let me not say yours will look this way. So the brand statement is Hush Puppies. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Hush Puppies is a lifestyle brand that provides shoes. Well, of course, we didn't say that eyewear, watches, and clothing for both men and women. The project background, Hush Puppies history is rooted in innovation from inventing the first, and they're giving all kinds of background information. The target audience, males and females 20 to 40 years old, where the audience should be belonging to class A, B, and C. Trunk, whatever, comfort. Somebody said that functionality and style I like. So when you were talking about multi-purpose, this is the word that you were supposed to be using, what? Functionality.
Okay.
Right? Advertising objective to increase brand awareness and demand. So two things, increase brand awareness and demand. So brand awareness is one, making more people know about Hush Puppy. Because remember at one point, Hush Puppy was this big thing and then it kind of went under. It's as if people forgot about it. So they want now to what? Increase demand. The consumer message, shoes made as per your lifestyle and choices. Again, it goes back to functionality. Because if you look, we see casual wear, we see formal wear, we're seeing different types of wears for both men and women. Key consumer benefit, very important, provides comfort, somebody said that, functionality and style that touches the lives and imaginations. Benefit support, you don't necessarily need to have this. And of course, you know your competition, all the persons who make similar footwear would be your, this is what I was saying about when somebody said comfortable, the advertising tone, trustworthy, in other words, you can trust the brand, it is comfortable, it is the wear is durable, modern, and innovative. An advertising medium just means where you're going to put it. In your case, you have to put it on digital media platforms like social media, specific Facebook, Instagram, or if you want to put it on LinkedIn, or do something, for example, with TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. And I'll get into these things about mandatory elements in terms of, in other words, when it says mandatory elements, it means that these must be included in the advertising campaign. All right, so the Hush Puppy logo, the real product image, attention drawing text, and I'm going to get into what these things actually mean. Getting a sense of what I'm talking about now, people?
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to me. Yes. Okay, let's look at, there's one thing I want to show you that I want you to also make note of again, the components of an advertisement. It should be here. Where's it going? Okay. Give me, I know I have it. Oh. Give me one sec, people. My friend is asking me for the link. So she might come in now with and try to help you with Canvas. It's a little bit off, but because I'm going to ask you to use Canvas to create a 1 or 2 ad for practice. So let me see if she's going to log in. You can. She's very, very good with using Canvas. You can log in. No. She's my colleague at the company I'm marketing manager for in Canada. She's very, 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 very good with Canvas. So let me see if she's trying to log in because I would need to let her in. And as I said before, it's 6 here, so it is 7 there. She's trying to log in. A quick question, are we understanding what is happening, people? Just tell me that you're understanding what is going on. Okay, she says okay. Everybody's silent. Talk to me, people. Do you understand what's happening?
Yeah, I'm getting an understanding of everything as I go along so far.
Okay.
I think the notes will bring a little bit more clarity.
Okay.
But so far, yeah, everything balanced.
Okay, let me go to this. All right, I'm not seeing her coming in yet, so let me see what she says something about getting in. All right, so you must take notes on this one, people, because what I'm showing you now are the components of an ad. In other words, an actual advertisement. I'm not seeing her coming in yet, so let's go to it. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
It says ads and posters.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen and make note.
Hello everybody, how are you today? Excellent. Okay, so today's lesson is about ads and posters. Yes, ads and posters, advertising and posters. Because we're gonna do a poster. So let's have a look at how they look like, how they could be made, and at the end of the lesson we could make one. Good. Let's start with these three examples. The first one is an amazing, is very good, yes. Okay, at the bottom of the picture, of the poster, we see have a hand, and at the top we see 4 chimneys. They look like the fingers, yes, excellent. So, and it says stop pollution, Greenpeace. Okay, so the message is in your hands, to stop.
One sec, guys. She's trying to get in. Let me stop sharing for a sec. Let me see. Let me just call it. All right, let's go back to Shane. She's not, I don't know if they have blocked people from logging in, outsiders who are not a part of the institution. So let me go back to what I was showing you guys. And then I'll talk to ICT about it. You're still seeing the screen, right, guys?
Pollution.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, so today's lesson is about ads and posters. Yes, ads and posters, advertising and posters. Because we're gonna do a poster. So let's have a look at how they look like, how they could be made, and at the end of the lesson we could make one. Good. Let's start with these three examples. The first one is an amazing, is very good. Yes. Okay, at the bottom of the picture of the poster, we see have a hand, and at the top we see 4 chimneys. They look like the fingers. Yes, excellent. So, and it says stop pollution, Greenpeace. Okay, so the message is in your hands, to stop pollution. Yes, good, excellent, amazing. And the second one is similar. 2 penguins, well, 1 penguin pulling out the cable and the plug, so you cannot contaminate so much. And the message, the headline, the title is turn it off now. Okay, so don't consume so much light, don't pollute. Okay, and the third one is a bag, is a paper bag, but it looks like a poster. It could be an ad. The message is, the headline is, give me your hand, and it shows you an animal, okay, with your its arm stretched, yes, and when you take the hand, when you take the bag, sorry, it looks like you're giving the hand to the animal, okay, you're holding hands. So it's very good too. Give me your hand, Greenpeace. Help the animals, Greenpeace. Okay, excellent. That's a very good one. Okay, so the ads and posters have 5 parts. 5 parts that you can easily differentiate. But not all the ads you can see have all these 5 parts. But we're gonna do a poster with all these 5 parts. The first part, the headline. The headline is a short line of words. We can see that later. The second part is the illustration, the picture, the image, the drawing. Yes. The third part is the copy with longer message, with longer text, giving information. And the fourth and fifth are the signature, the names of the company, the name of the people who is doing this poster, and a logo about these people, a logo for this company. Okay, so let's have a look at these 5 parts in detail. The logo is a little image that looks like a symbol for the brand. For example, in this poster, in this image, in this ad, here, if you have a look, there is a little image, a red image, yes. Yeah, and it's the symbol of this Mitsubishi car, yes, of the Mitsubishi cars. So, and the poster says little when it has some text, but the strong thing is the image using the rhino, like a very strong animal, the very strong car, and it gives you the bit of image with color, and is the logo. Everything in black and white, but this is the logo in color. We can see many logos around us every day. If you have a look, if you take take a look at the logos around you, you will find hundreds maybe every day. So maybe if you look at the cars around your street, you can find these for different brands. Or if you like Marvel superheroes, you can remember the Superman logo or the Batman logo or the Captain America logo. Yes, those are logos, little images that identify some people, some brands, some company. Good. The headline, as we've seen in the first image, is a line of words that explain the most important thing about the product. So here the message is think before you write. Okay, and this is a nice message for everybody. Think before you write. Good, simple. Or here, share a Coke with a friend. Yes, this is an advertising for a soda drink, and each bottle has a name, so you can share with a friend. This is a friend and another friend, and sharing a drink with a friend. This is a nice headline too. And then we have the illustration. The illustration is the art's photo or picture used to show the product. Sometimes important things about the product. For example, in this picture in the middle, it's very easy to understand that the tomato ketchup here in this bottle with the shape of the bottle is made of tomato, slices of tomato. This is a very good image. It's a great image illustration. And here we can see an image split in two. The left hand side, it looks like a very young woman, and on the right like an old woman. Okay, so this image is used to show you the benefits, the magic thing about this cream. If you use this cream on your face, you won't look like this, you will look like this. Okay, so be careful with this type of advertising, because sometimes are deceitful. They don't tell always the truth. Okay, do you really think that this is gonna happen? This difference could happen easily with just one cream? I don't think so neither. Very good. The copy is the text that explains more characteristics about the product. So, for example, here we have the illustration, we have the headline, and then here we have more information about the food that is advertised in this ad or poster. Here, in all this area, we have a lot of text of words that explain the things about this computer. Okay, the signature is the name of the company which advertises the product. Okay, for example, in this ad we have sofa sale. So this shop sells sofas, yes, and the name of the shop is here, Jimbo's Outlet. And also the signature sometimes gives you the information about the telephone, yes, so where you can contact them, and also the address where you can find them, yes, Broadway, Plaintown, New York. So this is the street, yes, good. And yes, sometimes the signature is with the logo. You put the logo at the bottom of the art of the poster to sign like a signature. Okay, so at the bottom of the poster of the art is usually where you can find the signature. Good. Okay, so all the ads are created to sell us things, or yes, things. So be very careful with things you read in an ad, because sometimes they say and show things that they are not completely true. Okay, they're deceitful. Remember these ad, or even this ad. Okay, here they say that this is a balanced diet. Balanced diet. Oh my God, I see fat and low fat here. Yes, and this is balancing everything here. No. This is not really a good balanced diet. Okay, so you need to be critic. Think about and ask yourself: is this true, or is it trying to trick me? Yes. Should I buy this, or this is not entirely true? Okay, good. Some examples about the posters and ads. Yes, this is for a summer holiday, and this is in UK. So they use the double-decker bus from London. They give you the telephone, the address for the website. This is a nice headline. Yes. All is here, the illustration, everything is nice. And the logo and the contact details, the signature, very good. Here we have the logo, the illustration, the headline, the copy. Okay, you have the copy here. Yes, good. This is, oh cool, this is an example of how deceitful could be. This is the the illustration, the burger that is announced in the advert, like this one. But when you go to the shop and buy one, a real one, it looks like this, or even like this. Oh my God, what a big difference between these shown in the posters or in the ads and these, okay, the real one. So be careful, because sometimes the ads give you surprises. Okay, this is a very non-creative, I must say, poster, as an example for you to create for your English speaking country. Okay, I made one for Spain. The headline is "Visit Spain, Great Beaches and Amazing Food." This is the headline, and then the illustration is complex. 1, 2, 3, and 4 parts of an illustration. Okay, then the copy, where I give the information. Okay, all this is information about the country. And then at the end I put a logo, an image, and also the signature with the name of the company or the country in this occasion. Good. So you're gonna do a poster about your English.
All right, talk to me now. What are the components of an advertisement?
Sir, the headline.
The headline. And what is the headline again? Remind me, what is the headline?
It said it explain the most important thing about the product.
Uh-huh. What else we have?
The illustration.
And what is the illustration?
So, image of the product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have the signature, the name of the company.
Mm-hmm.
You have the logo.
Logo.
Mm-hmm. What else? There's one that very important one that I don't hear.
Copy.
The copy. And what is the copy?
So is a more information on the product, sir.
It highlights features of the product. Very important.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at an example and see. Are you seeing this ad?
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to me. Do we see the headline?
Yes, sir.
Where is the headline?
Free go large for UE freshers.
Okay. Do we see illustration?
Yes, sir.
Where is the illustration?
The Coca-Cola.
And the juice, fries.
And the person.
Oh, the person as well.
Yes, because the freshers is first year students. That's what freshers mean.
Easy fresher. Okay.
So free go large for UE freshers.
Oh, so you're targeting freshers.
Yes, that's the target is actually here in the actual advertisement or in the ad itself. Headline. Do we see a copy?
Bottom left corner.
Would this be the copy? There's no copy. Not all ads will have additional copy.
Yeah,
some
that's
of them
like a slogan.
Right. So the only thing it has the headline. Do we see the logo?
The Burger King. And the taste rolls below it.
All right. So technically, as you said, sometimes the logo and the signature kind of come together, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Let's say we are writing a creative brief for this. What could be the business problem? No, hear what? Let's do it in groups. Let me see what you come up with. I'm going to put in groups of 2. So you're going to tell me what is the business problem, what is the objective, the target audience, the unique selling proposition. What am I missing for this?
Insight.
No, I don't want insight. Most creative briefs don't have insight. Most of them don't have insight. Is there a way for me to share this via, or let me share let me share this image as well via WhatsApp.
Action.
There?
Action.
Yes. Hold on. Let me share this. I need to cut this. And you are going to work in groups of 2. Where is my document? I hope you guys are kind of getting this. It's not difficult. It's just that you really need to understand advertising. Lectures, advertising. Did I save it here? Burger King. That's not the Burger King ad that I want. Is this one? No. Is this one? No. Is this one? No. So where's the burger? No. What the? So where's this Burger King ad? This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. That's, oh yeah, here it is. All right. It's in the WhatsApp group. What I'm going to share on screen is the creative brief that I used earlier so that you can kind of constantly look at it and to formulate your ideas around it, okay? But you're not writing the exact same thing. You don't. So I just need for you to give me the brand statement, the problem statement, the target audience, the objective. You can comment on the message, the key consumer benefit, the competition, the tone, the medium, and the mandatory elements. The only thing you're not going to tell me is the benefit support. Everybody understands that? 628. So I'm going to share a screen and show you what I'm talking about. Tell me if you're seeing my screen.
Yes, sir.
So you comment on the brand statement. Where is the project background? Just write the problem statement. Oh no, the business problem, sorry. Target audience, advertising objective, consumer message, key consumer benefit, the competition, just give me about 3 competition, the tone, the advertising medium, and the mandatory elements, which are somewhat here, okay? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me also put this document in the group as well. No, this is not. Let's call it, let's go back here. Let me stop share for a sec so that I can give you this lectures. So I've also shared a hush puppy document in the WhatsApp group in the event that you're not able to see it on screen. So I've shared it in the WhatsApp group. I've shared it in the WhatsApp group. Breakout room, 2 breakout rooms, yes. I'm not sure where some have gone. I'm giving you 10 minutes. Giving you 10 minutes. Is that okay, guys? And then we come back, okay? And
Yes,
you don't have to write. You don't have to write out everything. Just write 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can write like if business objective, just write BO. If it's target audience, just write TA. And you just write it. Okay, 10 minutes. Let's just try to play around with the idea because it's going to give you a sense of what to do in your Kadian, why are you not in the WhatsApp group and you have been coming to class? I don't understand. Well, your group member is in the WhatsApp group. Just share your WhatsApp number. I'm going to open the WhatsApp group now. So give me the WhatsApp, the breakout room now. So please go in and 10 minutes, and then we come back for discussion. When the others come back in, I'll all right, please go in the breakout room, guys. Litman, you're not in the breakout room. Litman, are you there? Where is Litman? Why is he not in there? All right, so go ahead for me, group one. Let me share back the screen. No, this is not what I want to share. Group one, go ahead. Adrian. Hello, Adrian, are you there? Okay, let's move on to group two. Moesha and Lipman, go ahead for me. Are you guys hearing me?
You know that she and I was in the room for real, and my internet and thing did I get problem. I'm not even sure how the thing did set up. But yeah, Moish and I the target audience.
Well, you have to start from the top. No, you have to start from the business problem. That's how you structure it. You have to structure it. So the first thing that comes is the business problem.
Oh, okay. And then what would be second?
It's a business problem, then the objective. No, then the objective. The objective, the objective, or if you want to say goal.
Okay, yes. And then third would be the target audience?
Yes.
And then fourth would be
Sorry, didn't you look at the thing that I shared in the WhatsApp group? I shared the example with you in the WhatsApp group, you know.
That's the thing I just told you that I have challenges with the whole accessing the navigating the computer and all of them things.
So you didn't get a chance. So first of all, tell us. All right, hold on. Adrian, are you guys ready? I'm not hearing Adrian, and I don't remember who you worked with. It would have been.
I think Moisha was in the room too, in which I did see come up on the screen after I came back to the
Moisha,
Zoom.
what did you do? Talk to me.
So for one is like the problem, as you say, is like the problem is that the freshers that attend UE, they lack awareness of Burger King, like, you know. And so the second thing would be like the goal is like to increase awareness to like grab the market share of the freshers that just start UE.
So you don't want to grab, I don't know if you're grabbing the market share, you want to increase demand among these
Yes,
the new students.
What I've written is increase consumption, marketing shares, freshers awareness.
Increase demand.
Demand, okay. Uncorrected.
Continue.
Thirdly, target audience, UE freshers.
All right, so first year students at UE, that's how you put it. Freshers is just a marketing language, but you're talking about first year students at the University of the West Indies.
Okay. I thought that the freshers would just identify that they are first year, but
well, yes, you can say freshers. You can be freshers. And the age group, what's the age group for the freshers?
The age group for the freshers, basically we're seeing teenage, so 2019 to 21.
Okay, we could work with that, yes. Continue.
The fifth, what's the fifth thing we should have in line on?
Consumer message. What would be the consumer message?
Or that we free go large at Burger King.
Okay. What's the key consumer benefit?
Key consumer benefit is that increase in terms of satisfaction because of the go large. So increase in juice and fries.
Well, all right, that's not really consumer benefit. How will consumer benefit from eating the go large or in eating Burger King's go large? That's what I'm asking you. Okay. That's the consumer benefit.
Okay.
All right, competition. Who would be a competition?
My competition would be the other restaurants, food offering services on the compound.
Burger King is not a restaurant.
Oh, cool.
Burger King is not a restaurant. It's a fast food outlet. It's a fast food outlet.
Okay, so it would be other restaurants and fast food outlets.
Well, you can't write that on the creative brief. You have to be specific. Who are the other ones? What are the names of the other ones?
My competition on UA campus would be KFC, Tasties, and Beehive.
Okay. The other thing, advertising tone.
Okay. I didn't reach that part, but I think I can go there. Advertising tone. Taste rules, your way?
No, that's not the advertising tone. Remember, we said that the tone is the feeling that you want to evoke in the consumer's mind. What kind of feeling, based on what is being promoted, what kind of feeling does Burger King want to evoke in the consumer's mind about the Go Large?
Satisfaction.
That would be free, sir. Free.
Oh, okay.
Are you in the group, or did you work with them, or you work with another group?
I was working in the group with Adrian, but I just get my connection, sir.
Okay, so hold on. So it's not your group yet. What are the mandatory elements that should be included in the brief?
In the brief statement?
In the creative, what kind of brief statement you're talking about? The creative brief.
Oh, the creative brief. Okay.
Just look at the example and tell me some of the things that you would include.
Business. Free, as he suggested.
No.
No. The Go Large.
Are you looking at the example I showed you?
The Burger King picture.
I'm talking about the one that I sent you, the document itself that I sent you, the example of the creative brief.
No, sir.
You should be looking at it. That's why you're not answering my question. That's why I said you're supposed to look at it and answer the question, because in the assignment, the second assignment that you'll be getting, you're going to do a creative brief. And what I'm trying to do is to introduce you. I want you to practice somewhat of how to kind of structure a creative brief. And what I'm doing, I'm giving you the product, and then we are reverse engineering the creative brief. So in other words, this particular ad that you're looking at would have come out of a creative brief.
Oh, that's a document with a hush puppy thing.
Exactly.
Oh, so we should do just like that.
Yes, that's why I gave you the example.
Okay.
That's why I gave it. It's not that you're going exactly like that, because I showed you that there are different types of creative briefs. But what I wanted you to do, and you have been doing so successfully so far, is that we are reverse engineering the ad. So in other words, we're pretending that we already have the creative brief and this is the ad. And now we're trying to go back just to remind ourselves about what was the business problem, what is the brand statement, what is the target, or who makes up the target audience, the advertising objective, and so forth.
Okay.
Understand now?
And then down to mandatory elements.
Go all the way down to mandatory. The only thing I say to you that sometimes it doesn't have the benefit support. Sometimes it doesn't. Because in this case, the benefit supports would be the copy, but the copy is not in this.
Okay.
Because we did say that this only has the headline.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what other group try it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. So Adrian and Kadian, go ahead for me. Usually Adrian is vocal, so it could be that he's having connectivity issue, but that's okay. Go ahead, Kadian or Adrian.
All right, sir. Just like Mr. Lippman before, I can't be taking down notes. I don't have no pen or nothing. I'm just in tune with class, but I can take a shot because I did make some jottings. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
So where we start from again? So we start from the objective.
No, we start from the business problem.
The problem was for increase in demand on campus.
That's not the problem. Listen, the business problem is why the advertising campaign was done. So what would be the business problem based on the ad? Remember, we said that we're doing reverse engineering. What would be the business problem?
I don't know if I said this, honestly. I never have that one, the chief.
All right. Litman, you want to tell us what would you say is a business problem?
The business problem is that the UA freshers, first year students at UA is lacking awareness of Burger King, that there's a Burger King there.
Okay, so that could be the business problem, or it could be that they're aware of it, but they are not buying Burger King. They're actually buying from the competitors, and probably this is why the free go large is being used as a kind of way to get them to start consuming Burger King, because people of freeness. So you understand the business problem now?
Yes, chief.
Yes, and the other one, no, what would be the objective?
The objective, I guess, is what I just said, would be the increase in demand from the UA freshers.
So so one, you want to increase awareness, because if they don't know about it, one of the objectives is that you want them to be aware about it, and right, as you rightly say, that you want them to increase demand for go large or just for Burger King products generally. Okay, what would you say who is the target audience? And they kind of give us an image of a young man. Who would be the target audience?
So the target audience would be students of the university campus, ranging from age 17 plus as a freshman to 30 years.
30? Freshman students are not usually 30-year-old.
Well, you will accept.
But look at the image. Yeah, but look at the image there. This look like a 30-year-old? The person you're seeing on the screen, does that person look like a 30-year-old?
All right, I would say he would stop at a 25 or 26-year-old.
All right, now we're talking. What would you say is the consumer message?
The message.
Yeah, the consumer message. All right, you're struggling on that one. What would you say is a key consumer benefit, or what is the key benefit to the consumer?
The benefit is the free fries with the Coke.
All right, so the benefit is that they're going to get free fries with the Coke. Yes, that's good. What would you say who are the competitors?
On the university campus, that would be Wendy's or KFC.
Can't be or, it has to be and.
And KFC, yeah.
So Wendy's, KFC, it can be only any other one that is a fast food outlet. UA also has Tasties, they have Wendy's, and I think somebody mentioned Beehive, but I don't know that Beehive does fries and Coke, as far as I remember. I don't know that they have any other one. I haven't been there since 2019, but I don't think there's another one. All right, what would you say is the advertising tone? What's the tone?
The tone, I would say it is trustworthy, because the Burger King is an established and legitimized company.
You're talking about food, sir. Who gives a rat's behind about trustworthy? I wouldn't use that as to describe the tone, the brand tone. Because remember, it says taste rules your way. So the brand tone would be what? Delicious, fresh. You can see the fries look very fresh, because if they're hot. So I wouldn't say trustworthy. You're just stealing the words off the example that I gave you. What would be your advertising medium in terms of digital marketing now? So the medium has to be digital. What would be your digital marketing platforms for this ad? In other words, where would you place them? Where would you place the ad?
Social media for targeting freshers.
Which social media? Because there are so many social medias. So which social media are you talking about?
Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook. Why YouTube?
Because because of the target audience.
No, you can't tell. What does that mean? I'll give you 0 if you write that and tell me. What does that mean?
Because of the age number of the freshers of the target audience that I want to target.
You still haven't answered my question. Is it that they're going on YouTube more than as opposed to going on other social media platforms? Are they on Instagram? Are they on WhatsApp? I'm just asking.
Yeah, US students would obviously use those two platforms more than the other platforms.
And don't say obviously, you have to base your statements on research or data. So you could do some amount of qualitative research, okay, or even quantitative, some focus group discussions or quantitative research to determine, because you might be very surprised that they're actually not where you think they are. The four most popular platforms in Jamaica are Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram.
Okay.
And you hear you mention YouTube, and YouTube is not among the top 4. All right. What would be your mandatory elements? What would you include in your mandatory elements?
Mandatory elements.
Look at the example I sent.
I will go back to the fries and the Coke.
Sir, are you looking at the example I sent you, sir? If you're looking at the example I sent you in the WhatsApp group, there's no way you could be telling me that madness.
So I don't have the example.
Oh, you don't have the example. All right.
I'll go off of my brain and looking at the
okay,
ad.
Litman, are you able to tell me now what would be some of the mandatory elements? Litman, are you there? Possibly not. All right, so the mandatory elements include things like the logo, the brand image.
I navigate through the thing because I was just looking back at the thing that you sent and come back and answer you.
Okay, so are you ready to answer me now?
But the thing going to still be open?
What thing is going to be open?
I try navigate back through, forget the notes thing.
It's there in the WhatsApp group. Anyhow.
Okay, yeah, the mandatory elements would be the Hush Puppy logo. So in that case, it would be the Burger King logo. The real product image would be the fries and the juice.
Right.
The attention drawing text or tagline would be like your taste rules.
The attention drawing text would be the free go large for you refreshers. The tagline is your taste rules your way. There, notice they use the word or, which means one or the other. But in this case, the ad has both. It has the attention drawing text and it also has the tagline. Price and technology, we're not seeing that. Valuable benefits. And in other words, these are things that you'd include even if they're not in the ad, because would we use computer website for this ad? Not necessarily, because it wouldn't go on the, I don't know that they'd put the ad on the website, but they'd put it on the social media platform. All right, but I think you guys have done since very well. The homework is in the WhatsApp group. It's just a start because it's actually a start to the second assignment. I must go because I have a class at 7 o'clock. All right, guys, just quickly though, what are some of the things we learned today? Let's just do a quick run through. What are some of the things we learned today?
Components of advertisement.
So the components of an advertisement or of an ad. Yes. Anything else?
Creative brief.
Creative brief.
And the component it carries.
And the elements of the creative brief.
Oh, elements of the creative brief.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much. I really wanted my colleague to come in. I'm going to see, I know Dr. Howe should come on Wednesday. I'm going to see if she can come the following, because I'm going to do 2 weeks of advertisement, because at some point in time, I actually wanted to create an ad or two on your own just to see what you would come up with, you know, as a marketer. All right. Have a good evening, everybody. And I see you on Wednesday. All right. Stay safe and stay home for some of us who can. All right. Blessings, everybody. I must go because I have another class.
Thanks.
All right, cool.